Hey there, everybody. You are seeing my face again, and so what that means is that we have made it to the end of the conference. Both a triumph and a tragedy. So thank you so much for hanging out with us these last 3 days. It's been a pleasure to have you all, and it really was another magical event. And so we really appreciate you joining us. And I, like I said in the beginning, this is year two. We only kind of know what we're doing, but not really. But we hope that it still felt like it was polished and it was a lot of love was put into the event, because we do spend a lot of time and energy on this. But thank you so much for your patience and your flexibility. It especially with online events, there's always things that can go wrong. And, we really appreciate kind of the generosity of spirit and everything that folks come to our conferences with. Because everything's not going to be perfect. There's going to be hiccups. But we really appreciate, the support and everyone for being flexible and working with us. So, just a note about the music. This is actually, from our co-chair or our chair of the Prague conference. That's Mikey, and it's her band. And so that's a fun little Easter egg. We like kind of throwing her music in there in between the talks. So it's kind of a neat little treat. So what's next, right? So at the beginning of this, I gave you a job to do, and that part of your job is done, but you have a new job. So first off, talk videos will be released next week. So definitely, watch those, share them around, send them to your coworkers, your colleagues, folks that you might think would be interested. I think that'll be really awesome. Please share feedback with us about the event. We do a survey every year, and we read your comments and try to make improvements, kind of going forward with the events. It's definitely something we're using kind of every year to really get an understanding of what's working, what's not. So please share your feedback with us, either anonymously with the survey or feel free to email us, of course. Share your favorite moments on social media, especially with the virtual events. It's hard to really feel people's energy. And so definitely if you had a favorite moment or a way the conference made you feel, please do share that. We like reading it, and, we archive those to look at on a cold, sad winter day. So yeah, it really does. It does mean a lot to the organizers, and it just gets the word out about the community to everyone else. And then please also publish a write-up. I know this is a bigger ask, but if there were a couple talks you really enjoyed or anything like that, it's cool to, hopefully by the time you finish the write-up, the talks will be published and you can embed the YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we always love to hear more about, what your experience was and really just kind of, spreading the good word around the community. We're pretty terrible at marketing. So we always love it when folks do a little bit of it for us. And similarly, if you had notes or took kind of takeaways from the event, definitely attach those somewhere online so you can share them and in text form. And so every year we kind of aim, like I said at the beginning, for a welcoming, open, supportive, and positive atmosphere. And, I was able to kind of bop around some of the unconferences and different spaces and really felt this kind of coming through. And I hope that you felt the same way. This is the way that you approached the event, but also the way that other people approached you. And it really is how we all act in this space that makes it the way it is. So thank you so much for kind of making the community feel the way that it does. And yeah, so if you're kind of coming off this event and you're feeling inspired, know there's lots of places. We run Write the Docs like an open source community. There's lots of ways to get involved. Very, very few prerequisites required. So yeah, I'll just kind of talk a little bit about those. If you're excited about kind of doing virtual events, definitely reach out, especially if you've kind of have event experience or you're kind of someone who's been in the community for a while. That's a great place to kind of get on the conference organizing teams or do that kind of stuff. similarly, a little bit less, less and more commitment. Working with your local meetup, definitely starting a meetup's a lot of work, but a lot of folks have meetups that are already local. So definitely, working to help kind of co-host with someone who's already working on it, doing a talk at a meetup. Certainly, all the meetup organizers are always amazingly grateful for any help folks can give. So definitely somewhere you can pitch in. And then, of course, we have lots of other community efforts. We have our newsletter. We have Slack moderation. We have a bunch of other things where we're our online guides. Places where we're just looking for folks to join in and work with us and kind of make the community better through different ways. So. Do want to say thanks again to everyone, all of our speakers who did so much work, all the organizers. It was just so much work goes into these events, even though we've done them before. All of our sponsors, they were huge. I hope you got to hang out with them in the job fair or in the booths. And then also, again, I feel like a broken record here, but all of you for buying tickets, for attending, and for kind of making it an event that feels like a conference. So thank you again. So yeah, just one more sponsor slide there. You've seen some of these logos and talked to some of these folks, but yeah, they're huge in making this happen. Again, our lovely staff folks. Again, such a large amount of work goes into this event, and it's really all these folks that are they're making that happen. So with that said, hopefully we will see you somewhere else. So we're going to be in Prague, or virtually in Prague in October. We're going to be in the Australia and India conference in December. And then also just your local meetup, your Slack. There's lots of ways to stay in touch and hang out. So yeah, similarly, the Slack and the newsletter are also great for kind of passive hanging out, and also just keeping a pulse on the community. And so with that, I bid you adieu until next year. Please do stick around. We have the previous speakers Q&A coming up. We just kind of snuck this video in so that we made sure you would watch it, because trying to come back just for this little closing probably didn't make much sense. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. The conference platform will be open for a little while longer, so feel free to hang out and chat if that's something you want to do. But otherwise, we will see you somewhere else down the road. So have a good one.